Welcome to this month's Priority Report. I recently participated in our Michigan Credit Union League Board planning meetings at Bay Harbor right before our executive summit, where our board talked about policy issues affecting membership with the Michigan Credit Union League. I then traveled to Madison to participate in a forum with my fellow league presidents and the leadership of CUNA to hear about recent changes in CUNA membership policies. So both the league and CUNA have recently acted on these widely reported membership requirement issues that will affect you, our member credit unions, and your membership with both the MCUL and CUNA. These policy changes will also improve, I believe, the league and CUNA's ability to achieve important advocacy results in Washington, D.C. and in Lansing, which I'm sure is what you care about the most. Now, I want to give you an update today on those developments, as well as share a few other key priorities related to the Michigan Credit Union League and affiliates. So as I've been saying for some time now here in Michigan, we encourage our credit union community's strong support for an interdependent CUNA league system. The fact that the CUNA board decided to maintain its dual membership requirement will have no bearing on our own MCUL membership requirements, which are independent of the action taken by the CUNA board. And that because your league board voted last week to authorize direct membership with the Michigan Credit Union League, regardless of the CUNA membership requirements. Of course, we're interested in what CUNA is doing. We're going to continue to work with CUNA, and these policy issues are important for both organizations because we do work together. But in our case, we feel like we listened and responded to our membership, trusting that our credit unions will continue to support both CUNA and the Michigan Credit Union League, even in an environment where they have the choice to make those decisions independently. So what this means is that with the beginning of 2016, Michigan's credit unions will have the freedom to choose membership with the Michigan Credit Union League, or what I prefer and hope for, which is they choose to continue to join the Michigan Credit Union League and CUNA as a dual membership package. Now, the latter is what virtually all of our credit unions, 99% of our credit unions, are currently doing here in Michigan. In Michigan, we're very proud of the fact that we only have 4 non-affiliated credit unions today. And we, in fact, hope that these remaining non-affiliates will, with these recent membership changes, consider joining the Michigan Credit Union League and move us closer to 100% affiliation. Now, wouldn't that be an incredible demonstration of unity and what we're going to be referring to in a new campaign as strength and unity? Because it truly is through a united effort with our credit unions combining together in support of their state and national associations that we're able to, in a united way, address our challenges and opportunities and get things done for the industry. I hope that we can count on every single Michigan credit union in 2016 to continue supporting the Michigan Credit Union League and CUNA. Not for our benefit, but because together there is strength and unity. This Strength and Unity campaign will include several facets. First, we hope to have a special conference call within the next 3 weeks with our credit union leaders across Michigan that will bring our credit union leadership together to discuss the recent membership changes at CUNA and the Michigan Credit Union League and the positive implications that these changes have for credit unions long term. I strongly encourage your credit union to participate. I encourage our credit union CEOs or one of their designees to participate in this informal conversation with me and my senior management team. Second, our league representatives, who are the sales arm of MCUL and affiliates, will be actively talking with each of you on the phone and in person to share information about these membership requirement changes and to answer your questions and concerns. Third, in all facets of what we do with CUNA, advocacy, public relations, education offerings, information solutions, as well as fee-based services, we will work in lockstep with CUNA to deliver value in all of these areas, activity by activity, solution by solution, product by product. This effort will be ongoing. But strength and unity begins with affiliation. So while it is true, for instance, that the National Association of Federal Credit Unions, or NAFCU, it's true that NAFCU's opened up its membership to state chartered credit unions across our country. And NAFCU is offering free membership or reduced cost affiliation. I simply ask you to consider that if something appears too good to be true, it may well be. So offers for free membership and reduced fee membership to try to court you away from the CUNA League system, which again has had the support of 99% of our credit unions here in Michigan, I don't believe that's in our long-term best interests. So this is the case here. As I've said before, no other association framework can compare with the CUNA League system. I don't say that because I want you to support this organization and give me your dues dollars and simply support an organization for our benefit. I say it because I know from many years of experience that this system is best for credit unions and the interests of credit unions long term. Local grassroots-driven advocacy efforts get results, period. Not association efforts centered inside the Beltway in Washington, D.C. And you know that here in Michigan because you've supported this effort for many, many years. Think of our successes with former Ways and Means Chair Dave Camp, and in fact Sandy Levin, who was Chair of Ways and Means for a short time. Now he's ranking member on the committee. And how we have contributed to the preservation of our tax-exempt status with the Congress as a result of these long-term grassroots lobbying efforts with the leadership and members of these key committees. Also consider how our successful CUNA League lobbying efforts have helped achieve exemptions from CFPB and from the reduced debit interchange schedule in the Dodd-Frank legislation. Consider the good work that CUNA and the leagues have done in state capitals like Lansing, as well as in Washington, D.C., to achieve a stronger, better charter for our state chartered credit unions, as well as a healthier environment with federal regulations. Now with the Michigan Credit Union League Board's announcement that direct membership is now permissible in Michigan, we have addressed a very controversial dual membership issue that has been brewing in Michigan and across the country for many years now. I believe that now it's time to move on with stronger, more effective execution on behalf of credit unions in Michigan and nationally through a CUNA League partnership that has endured decades for the credit union industry. CUNA has likewise made its decision on its membership requirement, and I support the CUNA board's decision to do what they did. So when we refer to strength and unity, it begins with affiliation, but it also includes support for the Michigan Credit Union League's CU Link cooperative advertising campaign, support for our state and federal PAC funds, support for our Stronger Financial Michigan issue advocacy fund that helps with electoral advocacy. And a Stronger Financial Michigan, of course, can take corporate dollars from credit unions, so that's much different from the personal contributions that we encourage for our state PACs. But also your personal engagement in grassroots lobbying, back home here in Michigan as well as in Washington, D.C., and the networking that we do to make sure that the CUNA League system gets results. That's really what we're talking about when we talk about the strength in unity. So it's all important. The strength that comes from unity is a hallmark of the credit union movement, and we need it now more than ever. So here are a few other exciting changes in our membership requirements and our dues schedule for next year. And this is both for MCUL and CUNA. First, as the Michigan Credit Union League continues to reduce its membership dues, which I'm very proud of, and by the way, our dues now are about 20% what they were a dozen years ago in Michigan. Beginning next year, we will no longer be paying dues rebates, okay? That's because instead, if our credit unions support our CU Link cooperative advertising campaign at just a minimum level, ranging from $5 for a very small credit union to a minimum of $2,000 for our largest credit unions, if all credit unions join the 70% who are now currently voluntarily supporting CU Link, with that being done, every credit union will have access to a dues schedule that is 50% lower than it was in 2015. In other words, our board has committed to the 50% lower dues levels for credit unions that support cooperative advertising. This effectively codifies the 50% dues rebates that we've been paying for the past 4 years. Second, for our approximately 33 small credit unions, smallest credit unions with under $10 million in assets, beginning next year. A nominal membership dues of just $10 will be assessed, just $10. In some cases, this will save these small credit unions as much as $1,400 per year in annual MCUL dues. This is yet another example of your league's commitment to help small asset size credit unions reduce their costs while still providing excellent trade association services. Third, our Michigan Credit Union League Board has heard your input and has authorized direct membership with the MCUL regardless of CUNA affiliation. I've talked a lot about that. Again, this isn't a license to not pay your CUNA dues or an encouragement to disaffiliate from CUNA. We simply trust that you, our member credit unions, will continue to support both MCUL and CUNA voluntarily on the merits of those decisions, just like you do for the Trade Association MCUL, for the CU Link Cooperative Advertising Campaign, for state PAC giving, and many other such voluntary offers that work toward your well-being as a credit union industry. You do this, you make these decisions because they have value, not because you're required to do so. So a voluntarily funded trade association system engenders trust and satisfaction with the membership. That's our goal. Long-term, that means strength in unity. Strength in unity through affiliation and through the things that we accomplish together. Now, fourth, in the area of membership and dues changes. This week, CUNA CEO Jim Nussle has announced that there are reductions in CUNA dues coming for next year. We're excited to hear that. We've been encouraging this. And reductions in CUNA dues will also contribute to greater member satisfaction nationally as well as here in Michigan. So these are just a few positive developments that will contribute to the strength and unity message that we continue to foster as CUNA and the Michigan Credit Union League work together in lockstep. On a related note, I sometimes hear concerns that we have two competing national associations, CUNA and NAFCU, and that just doesn't make sense. It's duplicative, it's another layer of cost, and sometimes creates duplication in services, and sometimes these national associations even try to one-up each other on policy issues versus finding ways to unite with a message with Congress. That can be destructive in our efforts to get things done in Washington and with regulators. Now, I think there's some truth to that concern, but don't think that the leadership of these two organizations, CUNA and NAFCU, will ever solve that problem of having two associations. The only way to achieve strength and unity nationally is to have all credit unions support one national association and not provide funding for a second one. As long as we're funding two national associations, they'll continue to exist. We had that experience here in Michigan with a competing trade association, and ultimately we were able to unite the two and have 99% of our credit unions supporting one Michigan Credit Union League. So CUNA requires and deserves our Michigan industry support now and in the future. If we are to be successful in our all-important advocacy efforts nationally and in Michigan, we need this. We need this strength and unity. And although CUNA dues are lower than NAFCU for the vast majority of credit unions, it is true that for a certain number of larger credit unions, right now the price of membership with CUNA is higher than the price of membership in NAFCU. I realize that, and we're encouraging CUNA to address that in part or in whole. While I'm pleased that CUNA is working to reduce its dues next year, I also believe, as I'm sure you do, that low-cost providers don't always provide the best services and achieve the best results. We all know that we usually get what we pay for. And I think that the CUNA League system is much different than the NAFCU system in terms of the value that they create and provide. This is true of the CUNA system. Only an interdependent CUNA League system can achieve long-term advocacy results that include, as I've mentioned before, the preservation of our tax status, real regulatory relief, and updates to our state and federal chartering laws, and so on. So if your credit union chooses to support NAFCU in addition to the CUNA League system, that's a separate matter. Some of you have been doing that for years, and certainly that may have some value to your credit union. So now, in addition to these issues that I've covered regarding membership and dues, I also want to provide you with a few quick highlights of some other things that we're working on here in Michigan. Over 30 Michigan credit union leaders will join with CUNA in Washington, meeting with lawmakers and regulators from NCUA and CFPB to address important issues, again, like our tax status, like reducing our reg burden, the need for data breach legislation, expansion of MBL authority, and concerns about proposed NCUA and CFPB regulations associated with risk-based capital and courtesy overdraft fees in the case of CFPB. Now, we're also ready to introduce our next update to the Michigan Credit Union Act here in Lansing that will seek trust power authority, important fixes to the supervision and examination process for state-chartered credit unions, and many, many other provisions that will enhance, or I should say further enhance, the state charter for credit unions in Michigan. The Michigan Credit Union League is also introducing its next CU Link cooperative advertising campaign with the New Steps campaign. As I've mentioned before, we enjoy close to 70% participation for this voluntarily funded cooperative advertising campaign. And over 66 credit unions participate at the full fair share funding level. We hope to drive these numbers even higher in 2016 with our new campaign. And as we get our message out there promoting the credit union difference stronger and more effectively than ever before, it helps all of our credit unions build their service usage, and it also helps us with our advocacy efforts. So removing barriers and promoting the credit union difference are combined and interrelated. And by the way, we're moving the needle together in Michigan. Our strength and unity via cooperative advertising has helped fuel, along with your efforts promoting your own credit union and doing the good things you do, this is all helping to generate the strongest membership growth in Michigan that we've seen in 27 years, and the strongest loan growth we've seen in over 20 years. This according to the latest NCUA call report data. Now, shifting to education. In our education area, we're coming off a very successful Fall Leadership Conference, likewise a successful Executive Summit and Chapter Leaders Conference, and our team is looking at ways to expand and improve all of our education offerings, including looking at opportunities for partnering with neighboring state associations to expand and enhance our offerings, and likewise to deepen our partnership with CUNA to do more with webinars and remote learning opportunities. Again, another example of how CUNA and the League will work together to help provide great training and information offerings to our credit unions. On the business side, CU Solutions Group continues to innovate and expand programs in all departments, in all areas of our operation. We're looking forward to another strong financial year this year that will enable us to pay a dividend to our credit union owners and to add value to the League by helping to keep its dues the lowest in the nation. So to wrap up, the CUNA League system that you have supported through your strength and unity will continue to get better and better. And as it does, our industry will continue to grow and prosper to the benefit of the 100 million plus members who we serve nationwide. So thank you for listening, and thank you for helping us all achieve strength and unity. And through that strength, what matters most, through that strength and unity, improved laws and regulations, more effective messaging about the credit union difference, and greater access to all that credit unions have to offer. Because this is all about, at the end of the day, helping people from all income demographics, but especially those of modest means, have access to affordable financial services through the credit union idea. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for your support for the Michigan Credit Union League and Affiliates and the Credit Union National Association.